What's up, everybody? This is Scott with Andover Dog Training Center. Today we're here with Mr. Jax, and we're going to discuss our lesson number 2 in our one-on-one individual lessons. With lesson number 2, we are going to go in and actually start using the e-collar. The first lesson was just us individually working on the e-collar and learning how the e-collar itself actually works. And over the past week, you should have had it on your dog, gotten your dog used to it. So this isn't something new. It's not something completely weird that they've never felt. But in that time, you should not have actually turned the remote on and actually used it on the dog. Within that week, what we want you to do is have the collar on the dog, leave the collar turned off. We do want you to turn this remote on so you can actually learn to play with it, getting used to those numbers and stuff. Okay? So what we're going to work on today is actually building a positive association with the e-collar, with the dog. Now, some people say, how the heck do you build a positive association if you're shocking the dog? That's the great thing about these e-collars. These are not like the old school shock collars. These are very, very light stimulations. It's more like a TENS unit for a sore muscle. The great thing about it is you can choose your level. You only have to go as high as you need to get the dog's attention. But the way that we're going to make this positive association is we're going to start out at very low levels and give the dog stimulation while we're working on recalls. When we're doing that, we're giving them a bunch of love, we're giving them treats and everything, and making him realize when you feel this weird thing, it's a good thing. You're getting loves, you're getting treats, cool things are going to happen. And then we're going to slowly build up the numbers a little higher and a little higher. And as we do that, I'll explain more about it and how to do different things. But let's just go ahead and get into it and kind of show you what we're going to do. So, what we need to do is just kind of get the dog distracted, let him wander around, and then we're going to start at low numbers. So like I'm on a 2 right now. I'm pressing it and I'm looking to see if he's feeling anything. I'm looking for like an ear flick, a pause, just anything showing me that he's feeling it. I don't want to jump up really high and go to a high number and it freak him out. I'm just going up between like 1 or 2 each time. Just see, so you saw he stopped and looked right there. What we're going to do, I'm going to try to get him distracted again because he could have just wanted to lay down. So as you can see, he's kind of pausing there when I press it. His ear's flicking a little bit. So we are on a 6 with this, okay? So now that we found a number that he's kind of feeling, we're going to back it down a little bit. I'm going to go to a 4 because I don't want to be on the exact number that he feels it on. I want to be a little bit lower and then work my way up through those numbers, okay? So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go ahead and turn on our speaker box. We have this awesome speaker box that links the remote to that speaker, and when I press the button, you will actually hear what I'm doing. That way you have a clue of what we're actually doing here. So what I'm going to do, like I said, just kind of get them distracted. With these low numbers, we're going to press and hold the button. We're at a 4, so I'm going to press and hold it and call him to me at the same time. All right, so now that we have the speaker box on, let's go ahead and try this. Jax, come. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. All right. Jax, come. Good boy. So you see, I'm trying to make it fun, trying to make it exciting for him. I want his tail to be wagging when it's happening. We have him on a long line because the worst thing you can do when you do your recalls is have a dog to be able to not listen to you, not come to you. So we have him on the long line. You can tell him coming to me is not an issue. He wants to come to me because he knows he's going to get treats. But if your dog isn't as motivated to come to you, have that line there. That way you can reel them in if they're not coming to you. Now, if they're not coming to you, why is that? Are they been stubborn? Are you been monotone and boring? Or do they not like the snacks that you have? You got to figure out what the reason is. So if it's you've been monotone and boring, get excited, make it fun. Jax, come. Oh, good boy. Yes. Get those feet moving. Get that voice raised up. Get them excited. Get them to understand this is fun. Jax, come. Good boy. Good boy. Good job, buddies. Good job. Okay, so now that we've done a couple at 4, I'm going to move up a little bit higher. Now, I'm going at a quicker rate than what I want you guys to do because I don't want this to be an hour-long video. But at these low numbers, we want to do a bunch of reps. Get them to understand that this is something good. So, when you're at these low numbers, we're going to do a bunch of reps. We're going to do anywhere between 8 to 10 reps at these low numbers, okay? As we start to go up, when we get into the higher numbers, we're going to lower our reps. So I'm at a 4 right now. Let's say I get up to like an 8, a 10. I'm only going to do maybe 5 reps. When I get up to maybe a 15, I'm only going to do like 2 or 3 reps. If I make it up to a 20 before the dog shuts down, I'm going to do 2, maybe 1. If I do anything over 20, I'm only going to do 1 or 2 reps. The key is, when you are going up in these numbers, you are making it more rewarding. What I mean is, you're making it even more fun. You're giving even more treats. So on these low numbers, we want to give like 1 small treat, 1 small kibble. And as we start to progress into these numbers, give them 2 kibble, 10 kibble, 5 kibble. The way I want you to think of this is like, if I put this e-collar on you and every time I press it at a low number, I give you a penny, oh, we'll sit here all day, collect pennies. But if I turn it up, that penny's not worth it. But what about if I give you a quarter? What if I give you $1 or a $10? You're going to want to go up higher and higher so you can collect that money. That's exactly how we want it to be. We want it to be rewarding to the dog. That way when he feels it, it's not, oh, Daddy's mad at me. It's, oh, Dad wants my attention. I might get some snacks. I might get some love. Who knows? We got to listen to Dad. So I'm going to go up to, let's go up to a 7 here. So he felt it a while ago at a 6. So let's do it 7. I got a couple more treats here. You got to get distracted. Jax, come. Good boy. If you notice, in that last recall, you notice that it wasn't that consistent. Let me roll back down. That consistent noise like that. Okay? As you start to go higher in the numbers, you're going to start to fluctuate. Instead of a solid hold, we're going to give a tap, tap, tap. Come. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. And then as we get even higher, it might just be 1 tap. So as you go up, you will hear a change in the actual pitch of the speaker, but you will also hear how I'm actually holding it. I'm going from a press and hold to maybe a tap, 2 taps. So just listen for those beeps and see how he does. Jax, come on, good boy. You see that tail still wagging? He's like, yeah, I like this game. Good boy. We're at an 8. Jax, come. Good boy. See, you saw he kind of flicked his head there. It's because he's feeling it. But it's still rewarding to him. He's like, okay, this game is fun. Jax, come on, good boy. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and roll up a little bit more. We're going to go from an 8 to a 12. Like I said, I don't want you all going up as quick as I am or as many numbers as I am. Like I said, we're just doing this real quick to be informational and not be an hour long. So we're on a 12. we've got even more treats. We got to get even more excited. And listen to those beeps. Listen to that tone. Jax! Come on, Bubbles! Yes! Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Is that good, num-nums? Yes. So, even out of 15, tail still wagging. It's still worth it to him. Now, what we're looking for, when I do this, I'm going to go up till I start to see him kind of start to shut down to where it's no longer worth it. Now, when you are doing this, I wouldn't suggest going anything over like 15 or 20. Really depends on your dog, and we will go over the numbers that is for your dog when we do this lesson. But for Jax, I wouldn't do anything over 15 or 20. Jax, good boy, good boy. So he's not wanting the Bill Jack anymore. He's just wanting some lovies. He just wants the lovies. Good job, bub. All right, I'm going to do one more increase. I'm going to go to a 22. Like I said, normally we'll go over what your dog will do. For Jax, we wouldn't really do more than 15 or 20 when you are working on it. Come. Good boy. Good job. Good job, Bubba's. Good job. Now that we've gotten up to those high numbers, we're going to do maybe 2 reps with these high numbers. Jax, come. Good boy. Good boy. Now that we have done our couple of high reps, we are going to bump this back down. Because we don't want to end on those high reps. We want to end on a lower number. We want him to get back to the, oh, this is fun, and this is definitely worth it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move from the Bill Jack. I'm going to go get him a couple of these begging bites really quick and make it a jackpot. For your last rep, anytime you are working on commands, I want your last command to be a jackpot. Make it a big, big treat. Big num-nums. A lot of num-nums. That way it's, oh my God, this whole entire thing was worth it. It was fun. So I'm going to go grab those. I'll be right back. There you go. Yeah, you can tell he's excited for before his bacons. So, like I said, we were at a 22. Let's bump this down to a 10. Okay? A little more than half is what we're going to cut it down. Usually we're going to do about half. But since we're 22, so make it an easy number, make it 10. I'm breaking these up, make it a bunch of fun pieces. I'm going to do 2 reps here. I'm going to do 1 and give him a couple pieces and then his jackpot. Okay? Since we're back down at the low numbers, we're going to do the stimulation button a little more. So listen to the tone. Jax, good boy. Yum, 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 yum. Good job. Here. There you go. All right. This is our jackpot rep. We got to get all of his num-nums ready. Jax, come. Good boy. There we go, buddy. Give him all those num-nums. Let him have his bacons. So, like I said, we want this e-collar to be a positive thing. We're never going to use this as a punishment, which is why we have to do a lot of work with this, building it up as a positive thing before we ever start using it as a correction. When can we use this as a correction? We can only use this as a correction when the dog knows the command. The dog needs to be able to complete the command 70 to 80% of the time consistently before I ever start actually using this to give a dog a correction. Because if the dog doesn't know what the heck you're wanting them to do, and you're just sitting here pushing this and pushing this and pushing this, that builds that negative association. Because he has no clue what the heck you want him to do. Okay? So, build up that positive association. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll talk about how to use this when he is not responding to the commands that we are going to be teaching. Like I said, this is going to be an awesome tool if you build this up correctly. So let's work on this as much as we can. Get used to holding that silly thing in your hand because it's weird, and turning that dial without turning it way up. Okay? If you have any questions or you need any help, feel free to reach out to us at Andover Dog Training Center, and we'll see what we can do to help. You have a wonderful day.